A breakup is always painful. Sometimes it affects more, sometimes less, it all depends on several factors. It influences, of course, how long the relationship lasted, also the quality of the link and the expectations that we have formed around him or her. Age, life history, emotional stability and context are additional elements that have a decisive impact on the way we will assume that love break. As you can see, there are many variables that come into play. Therefore, the pain of the love break is unique to each person, it cannot be compared with that of anyone else, each one lives it in a completely different way. To all of the above, we can add that a separation can be better overcome if we have some education on the best way to handle it. Therefore, it is good that you know some of the most frequent mistakes you could fall into, if you are not aware of it. 1. To think that the love break will not hurt. Sometimes you feel so strong that you actually come to believe that you are above the pain of a break. Maybe you have great self-esteem, or maybe it's a very developed narcissism and that's why you don't admit the possibility of a separation affecting you. You may not even shed a tear, and yet, it is not uncommon for you to start sleeping badly, to feel irritable or to become intolerant and rigid in the face of everything. These are expressions of pain that you don't want to assume, but are there, undermining you while you try to ignore them. Experiencing a duel is nothing strange, nor bad. Admitting that the loss saddens you does not mean that this is why you have less value or that you are falling into the cursilleria. The more you postpone the duel, the more affected your emotions are going to be seen. And all this will affect your present, but also your future. So if our rejection is conscious or unconscious, it is good to know that the first phase of the duel in a breakup is precisely the disbelief of the event. The best thing will be to internalize it and accept it little by little. 2. Idealize the past. It is very common that almost supernatural qualities are attributed to the couple who left, especially if that person was the one who ended the relationship. For many it operates a kind of selective amnesia. They forget the defects and the bad times, while initiating a process of idealization without limit. Many say that there is no one in the world like their ex. That is true, in many cases, fortunately. That is why you must make an effort to visualize the situation with objectivity. Think about everything that led to the breakup and everything that didn't work anymore. If you thought everything was going well and it is your partner who has left you, also think about the degree of idealization you had about him or her. We will realize that we are largely projecting our own expectations on the other person. 3. Confuse nostalgia with a desire to return. The person who is no longer going to need you, and that is completely normal. Surely they spent a lot of time together and had a whole world of shared complicity. It is not easy for you to get used to that absence overnight, without feeling frequent nostalgia. When we go from being accompanied in endless activities to being alone, the most normal feeling is that of loneliness, that of emptiness. But this should not confuse us. Feeling that you miss that person is not necessarily a sign that you want to return with her. You must give time to time. There is nothing that time does not cure, and sometimes it is only about letting the days run naturally, tolerating the frustration of the moment. If you liked this video, share it on your WhatsApp, in addition to your social networks, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now please write us a comment. I send you a big hug. Do not forget to also ask for advice on the link in the description of this video, where it says click here. Thank you.